Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm back again. I'm going to do some oracle reading, but I might use my good tarot book or new deck again because I'm not familiar with all the cards. So I was getting some good reads from it yesterday, so we'll give this a go. I may pull some cards from the other decks as well. So let's just see how it goes. Other side. So take a deep breath, everyone, okay? Get that breath deep into your lungs and up to the top of your lungs as well. Take a deep breath. Okay, this is for May 28, 2019. And again, in my read, I was getting that we're having two portals back to back. The first dates I was getting was May 23rd to 24th, I think it was, and then now we're having 29th to 30th. For me, what I was getting starting on the 29th to the 30th, that's the starting point. And then I was getting significant dates as June 3rd and June 6th today. And actually June 6th is, whoop, this card just flew out, so I'm going to give that to you. Just flew out. I was just going to say I'm going to visit my daughter on June 6th. And so here's the tower flipping out. So somebody could be flipping out right now. I love this tower. It's really cool. Do you see that? Okay. So let's see what else is going to come up for us. I'm just getting this too because you know, I'm going to Atlanta where my daughter lives, and they have Stone Mountain there, which is kind of like a Mount Rushmore. They have faces carved into the mountain, and they do a light show there as well, so we were going to do something like that. But this reminds me of that, because it doesn't look like Stone Mountain, but it's got all the things like Stone Mountain. It's giving me that energy of the light show with the Mount Rushmore type feeling. Yeah. I'm also getting governmental energies, and we saw the Lincoln Memorial was coming up earlier, which could also be all the temples of Greece and the Colosseum, all those kind of things were coming up. So let's see where that's taking us. Everyone take another deep breath. It is May 28, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? So we'll say to God, please armor us all with your love. Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all is concerned, and filling with only beautiful, organic love and diamond light, please. Okay, this definitely wanted to come out. It is Page of Water reverse, which came up the other day as well. Okay, so the Page of Water reversed. And she's kind of her mermaid-like too. She's got a fishtail hanging out there with a half body, so she's a little etheric as well. Kind of floating in and out of worlds, like feeling stuck in between worlds. The Page of Wands, in that rejection feeling. Like, so for the feminine, she may be all of a sudden just getting a flash of feeling that rejection again. And then right behind that we have the moon reversed, okay, because there's deception. Okay, as we go into the full moon, go into the new moon, okay, because the new moon is on the 3rd. And now I've just pulled 3 cards, so it's then again confirming something about June 3rd. And I'm going to keep going as long as the cards want me to pull them from the bottom, or from the top actually. 9 of Air is the next card out, upright. Alright, so that's the 9, like the 9 of Swords, but it doesn't look as harsh to me as most 9 of Swords, which is all about suffering and stress and purging. She is just floating in midair with the birds circling around her, so she doesn't know whether to live or die. And I was, oh. And I don't know whether to live or die, and it cuts like a knife. She's out of my life. Okay, and that's from Michael Jackson. And that's the song she was singing. He was singing to Diana Ross. So it's like, you know, when the birds circle, right? Because there's a dead body. But this is an angel, so they don't know where, they're like stuck between worlds. They don't know what to feel. They're just suffering in limbo. And that's coming up as the masculine. And then we have the Ten of Air. All of these colors are the same. The Ten of Air reversed, right? That the worst is over. It's like the worst is over, but the soul in limbo, in purgatory, isn't aware that it's over. They're stuck in between. They don't know how to get out. It's like, don't fence me in. Like, they're just stuck and they don't know how to get out. But the Ten of Air is reversed, and that's where the feathers are floating. It's like the feathers from their wings are falling out. The end of the pain. It's been a long journey, so you lose some of the feathers. 10 feathers exactly, but you still have your wings. You may be going through the pain of getting your wings, which has been, we've been getting that wing pain definitely all this week. But the worst is over of the pain in your wings. And then we have Ace of Fire, which is upright. It's the lantern here, which yesterday came up as the floating lanterns that you send up in the air at celebrations with the fire. The heat rising, which we talked about the masculine being the heat rising, but here the heat is contained. It's in a lantern, in a candle. There's no danger. There's no risk to that. It's contained energy, which is within the masculine. He's learning how to tame his inner beast, the lion, to find the courage, to be the Ace of Fire, which is that Ace of Wands, to have his new passion. All right, and this is the last one that wants to come out right here, which is the Ten of Fire, but reversed. Okay, so this is the Ten of Fire reversed. That's the way it came out, and then this is what it looks like, the card. All right, so the Ten of Fire in this deck is like a woman, for me it's like a scorned woman who's like burning all of her love notes. But I'm getting this as a karmic energy, not really as the divine feminine, but that this is over. All of the karmic, setting all those fires for the masculine to be put out, is now done. It's done. Either confessions or all the burdens have been completely dropped. The bottom of the deck was the Eight of Air. That's really beautiful too. That's all the same colors as well. The Eight of Air, again with the feathers falling through the clouds. And I was just talking about the jump that I did today. So I jumped out of a plane a long time ago. On a wing in a prayer. You know, when you're feeling a lot of pain, things like that are easy to do. Because you don't feel anything. You're in so much pain that nothing can hurt you. It's that stuck in that limbo place where you don't know whether you're in heaven or on earth. When you lose a couple feathers, you don't let others ruffle your feathers because you could care less what they think because you're in so much pain. But that's a lesson to you, to always feel that way, because it doesn't matter the other people's journeys, it only matters yours. On a wing in a prayer, your wings and your connection to your higher self. The Eight of Air, so that's that prison of don't fence me in. That's the underlying energy of this read. But the deck also kind of split in half, so I want to show you this other card as well, which is the Six of Fire upside down. Okay, and this is what it looks like up, right side up. Okay, so this is reversed, but this is the one of that ship coming in. But the ship itself, oh, that's interesting. I didn't really notice this yesterday, but there's all these balloons around, but it actually looks like the ship is attached to one big balloon, much bigger than the others. And the ship is anchoring that balloon down, whereas all the other balloons are just floating away and much smaller and insignificant. So all the insignificant things are falling away from his life as this ship sails in, anchored by the etheric realm. Okay, so it's not by your usual ship's anchor that you would sink into the sea, but yet by the balloon that's attached to the ship that sets him free. So this is the Six of Fire, but don't forget it's reversed. And the Six of Fire is, you know, it's the journeyman. It was just 1117, the journeyman. But it's reversed because he may be feeling like a failure. He may be feeling like, you know, no one's paying any attention to him, or he doesn't deserve attention, unworthy of attention. Could be bad news, all that kind of feeling. But that was coming in the middle of the deck, so that's also about the underlying energy, along with that Eight of Air, feeling like he's in prison, in purgatory, which it is, because the purge is purgatory. It's the fourth dimension. So he doesn't understand why he's trapped between heaven and earth, right? 5D and 3D. But it's just the bridge. So if you let it go and stay at 0 point in the present moment, as the feminines already know, then it doesn't affect you, and no one comes into your space. When you keep your vibration high, then those who are not of that vibration fall away, just like all of those balloons, but the massa may not be quite clear on that, or may be coming now into that knowing. Okay, so let's see if any other cards want to come out of this deck. Leave that one out. Where did I put that? Well, I shuffled the underlying card back in, but if it comes up, I won't use it unless just confirming things. So let's see what else comes up for you. Okay, the Four of Water reversed comes up. Okay, and that was in the read as well. That was the, you know, it's like the Four of Cups reversed, which is about no longer being bored, but it's also about dumping love or attachments that aren't even worthy. I mean, you've only gotten up to the Four, so it's like, might as well start over again when I know this isn't right. I'm not going to go through the whole cycle to start over again, because it's not worthy of my love. So it's about starting over in love and dumping those attachments that are not significant, letting them fall away, just like the balloons. So that's very good. But it's also not, so you've grounded and integrated and mastered, and now it's time to move on after having integrated and finished that step, okay? So now it's going on to the new one, like implementing something new when it comes to love. Alright, so a few more cards want to come out along with that card, and now we have at the bottom of the deck the Wheel of Fortune, but reversed. Okay, so now that's the underlying energy, and that just means that it's just slowed down. It's just like that Fool reversed in the read, or the Starseed card in the reversed. It's not that that new start and that leap of faith isn't coming or here by the end of the read. It's just that it's slowed down a little bit. It's just about divine timing, and sometimes you need to go in slow motion so that it really sinks in. So for me, it's not always even slowing things down, but allowing you to see the steps in slow motion so that you really learn to appreciate it or find gratitude within it. And it was just 1441. 14, of course, is the angels and temperance and patience, having patience. And then again, so it's again learning patience, and then 41 in new love. So 5 more cards came up here. First, the transformation, which is the death card, but it's transformation in this deck. It's upright. All right, so the full transformation is happening. That's number 13. So that can be transition, death, transformation, the end of a relationship, and then we have the hangman here, which is also upright. Number 12. So 12, 13, and then 12. And that is, it's all about, it could be hanging in limbo or just being wise. So maybe with these heavy energies, it's just like a reprieve to make you stop and slow down and just see what's going on, especially before the new moon on June 3rd, to be wise. So the complete transformation is happening now, or someone could actually, there could be a death that has happened already or is about to happen. It's probably someone who's old or you're expecting to pass. But allowing that and then just having to deal with those issues, which may be apart from everything else, to kind of make you slow down and really appreciate what you have. And then Messenger of Air comes up. Okay, so that would be a knight, like the Knight of Cups. So there are messages and announcements to be had. So while you're hanging out in this big transformation or death, after having dumped love or no longer being bored, you may no longer be bored if someone passes away. All of a sudden you'll have things to do. But then hanging in limbo, waiting for a message to come through. Then we have the King of Fire, but he is reversed. So here's like that King of Wands that was in my read, upright times 3. But now it's reversed. So someone could be just exhausted. So one more thing, like with an announcement or message that comes out, it could be just that this King of Wands just has no more left in him, because there's no like active fire energies around this card. It's really just too tired to deal with another thing and needing the strength to go on. Okay? So it's not that I don't think the King of Wands here is actually throwing a tantrum or anything like that anymore, because he's got strength next to him. He's being strong and controlled. But he's just exhausted. He might be having some heart issues and he needs time to rest. There may be an announcement or a message that either someone passed, someone retired, or that someone has some heart issues and they need to be out of work for a while, so they may not be in. Okay? There's mostly, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the cool cards. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the warmer cards, plus the 2 underlying energies. So 6, 8 or 8, 6 plus 2 is 70. And 6, 8 is the Page of Pentacles, and then 70 is the 2 of Pentacles, which is juggling too much, and the Page of Pentacles needing to be a student, to learn their lessons. Maybe someone was a bad student, they're not learning their lesson, and now because they haven't learned their lessons, their body is paying for it. And the 2 of Pentacles is probably reversed as well. They're tripping up because they need to break their patterns, and this may be regarding health. But it could just be an older person passing as well, or just retirement, leaving work because they're older and it's time to take a break. It's time to take a reprieve and go more in slow motion and rebalance. All right, so the 6 of Fire is in fire energies, so it could be a rebalancing of that as well, of getting attention, right? Of getting too much attention, or giving others too much attention. It's the balance of that as well. Okay? So let's see, what else do I want to pull for you? I'm going to pull from the past life deck to see what comes up in association with that. Take another deep breath on this May 28, 2019. Anything There's some grief, some old grief may come up today. It's also about passing the baton. I love that the DNA strand came up in the read today about the feminine being the third baton holder, passing to the fourth runner as the masculine, that he needs to bring it home. Okay. So that was kind of cool. All right. What do we need to know for everyone out there watching? And the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay, that's it. And then the bottom of the deck is forgiveness. So very important to forgive. All right, and this is where I love these two birds, because as pure as the driven snow they are, the female or smaller bird looks like they're irritated with the masculine bird, and he's ignoring her. And the reason she's irritated is because he's ignoring her. So the solution is simple. Stop ignoring, and this came up yesterday. If you're ignoring, it's fear of dealing with a situation. And then the person's responding or reacting out of frustration. So they're both reactions as opposed to just staying calm in your heart and knowing that each of them just wants to be loved and to give love. But the one is ignoring the other and then upsets the other. But the one's ignoring because he's afraid that the other person's going to react. But you don't know until you present yourself. But you know how to behave now. Right? If somebody resonates with you, you stay. And if they don't, because they cause you to react or get triggered, you walk away. That's it. That's your solution to every situation. So you never have to stay. But you should always keep your heart open. Okay? To forgiveness. And to give someone another try. Even if it might not work out again, then you just walk away again. There might be some fighting over money issues and forgiveness needed there. The 30 pieces of silver, betrayal. And it could have to do with father issues as well, because father's reversed. This is just the underlying energies, okay? Okay? So the father may have betrayed and needs forgiveness. The cards that came out for you guys were Celtic, Unrequited Love, reversed, Mother reversed, Wars and Battles, and Knighthood. They're both upright. I'll try to show them to you all together. Okay, so we have Knighthood, Wars and Battles, Mother reversed, Love Unrequited, reversed, and then Celtic upright. So let's see what these say, and then I have a few more I'm going to show you as well. Alright, let's see what these say. So I'm getting right away the family reputation and the civil wars, the wars at home regarding the reputation of the family. The mother is problematic. She's reversed. Alright, so the masculine and the mother may not be getting along. And then the unrequited love, though, is reversed, which means the mother may have gone away from the situation. That can be the karmic as well. It could be the mother of the children or his mother. One or the other or both are now leaving the situation. Unrequited love is resolved and mother's reversed. So they're going away. This has to do with a battle at home. Protection of the family name. You know, that's what was the main issue, which is ridiculous. And then we have Celtic revolving all around, could be religion and drinking, okay, and then Neanderthal man as well. Okay, and father came up reversed as well, so there was issues with the father as well. Alright, so the issue with the father is coming up from Greek and Roman times, and I told you that I was seeing this earlier in the news, okay? So this is coming up again. This is specifically the Colosseum. So there may a divine masculine may have dealt with a father issue where the father put him into the pit with the lions, Like, I betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver. It has to do with money and family issues. The father may have sold him out for money. And the masculine needs to forgive. This is definitely, it doesn't have to be father-son, but it's a father and a child situation that was broken due to this past life in Greco-Roman times. It doesn't have to be the Colosseum, it could be the Parthenon or something like that. But it's a need for forgiveness. Choosing money over love, choosing family over love. It's going to make me cry today because one of the things, that's just the underlying energy there, but one of the issues for me came up is that I can forgive anything, but and I know it's your ego when you say you don't want to be the one to come forward, but it's not even that for me. It's that I know, like in past lives, it's a big wound for me in my situation that the Divine Masculine always chose the family over love, the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine. So it was all about family, status, money, all that kind of stuff always won over true love for the masculine. And that's a very big wound. The masculine never choosing the Divine Feminine over his family. And so there needs to be forgiveness over that. But I mean to this day, if I think about that, I'll still cry. So it's like the need for the Divine Feminine. It's not that she can't come forward and send another message and that's unrequited, because the feminines have sent so many messages that the masculines have just ignored, and they have felt, kind of left to die or whatever, but even as much as you would be willing to send another message again because you love them so much, it's at that point where you've healed so much that it's like, well, what's the point in a relationship if the other person never makes an effort and still is not feeling like you're worth putting the effort into and still choosing the family and the money and the status over you. So I just want to put that out there because it's still a wound that's present, and so that other people maybe understand, what it feels like to be the Divine Feminine. So the other three cards that came up were Health reversed, Galactic upright, and Baby reversed. Okay. Okay, there's definitely that with the Celtic, definitely an Irish wound with the mother. Probably had to do with religion and, expecting the son to always be catering to her around, being a loving son. But also teaching them, coming from the Neanderthal man of the father who is a Neanderthal and treats women like lower class citizens or cheats and runs around. There may be a father situation like that or multiple. And also drinking is involved with that. But it's all about religion, mother, and alcohol, and wars, and the family name. So these three have to do with the health. Like I said, health is an issue. So right now it's like too late. Like if the masculine didn't do what he needed to do for his good health, it's now a health issue that now has to be addressed. I'm getting, so for the Galactic, I'm seeing the kite again. So it's Ben Franklin and electricity. It's the lightning that came in the Three of Swords card in the reading, and Ben Franklin, and a new, like an epiphany, but also a new discovery, right, with the Galactic card. There's a new breakthrough in health that may have to do with babies. The baby is here reversed. So baby could be like a new baby. Somebody might have had a miscarriage or an abortion. But I'm getting that there's new breakthroughs because the new children are raised DNA. So their DNA is more evolved than ours, or ours has been upgraded as well, but the general population. So the babies are just different now. They're more galactic. And their health problems will be different. But I'm definitely getting about there's a health breakthrough here regarding children. And I guess I'm supposed to bring my dad up again since he's June 3rd. My father was an interventional radiologist, and he was one of the first to do a procedure into the lymphatic system. And so he kind of opened up a new whole world, because the lymphatic system is very small. It's very hard to get into. And so the doctors that he taught, his procedure, which used to be very long, have gotten it down to just an hour and a half, I think, where it used to be like an 8-hour procedure to get up to the thoracic duct. But I know that one of the doctors that we worked with, who continued his work, ended up working at Children's Hospital, because it was like, saving children overnight by being able to get into the lymph system and close up the thoracic duct leak, which was leaking fluid into the chest of babies or children, and then causing them to be on their deathbed, and then all of a sudden, magically, when they embolize it, they're cured and there's nothing wrong with them anymore. So it's like this life-saving procedure, but there may be something related to that, even more so with babies. New breakthroughs in health, I'm telling you, with babies and health of galactic proportions. Come fly with me, I'm getting that again, the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. So there may be a breakthrough, might have to do with father and son, and their DNA was the same, and so they were able to figure something out. Maybe a dipstick test. Uncharted territories. I'm getting a barrel of laughs, a barrel of monkeys. Two mints in one. I'm getting Sirius A and B. AB negative, AB positive, AB negative. Might have to do with the blood type. I'm getting Allah and lactic acid, having to do with cancer, or lactating, having to do with breast milk. And then I have GA too for Georgia. I don't know if it has to do with Georgia. Also gal, my gal, talking about my gal, my girl. But I'm getting gal. But I was getting that song for gal as opposed to girl. I don't know if that's an acronym for something that somebody might know about. It might be a message specific for someone. I'm getting Arctic as well. So I don't know if it has to do with definitely babies with breastfeeding, with lactating, since there's a baby here. Also having to do with the Kundalini rising and the third energy, maybe carrots as well. And I'm getting reminders of orange. Not only the carrots, but somebody might be getting some carrots presented to them. Somebody might have a shotgun wedding. But also, when I kept bringing up vitamin C, I later then got a message that it was all about the sacral energies needing to open up. And vitamin C helps with that, but it's also about you using your intention to bring more orange into your field, because that's the sacral energies opening up for the masculine, because that's of more sensual, this is the word I couldn't think of yesterday, like sensuality as opposed to aggression. So in sexuality, masculine is aggression and the feminine is sensuality. But the orange is the sensuality part, right? Root is more aggression and protection and safety. So that was a reminder of the carrot also. So anything orange, so vitamin C, oranges and carrots, all that kind of stuff, but also very important to intend the orange light and work on your sacral, like put your intention to your sacral chakra to see what color it is, to try to bring it into orange. Or if you're not able to get in any orange into your field of view when you meditate, to work on that. It may be dirty, the white may be dirty because of impurities about the perceptions of sexuality. If the masculines were brought up religiously, so Irish was coming up, you know, being taught that it's dirty or wrong, right? And often people are taught not to do certain things, end up reacting in the opposite direction, so then getting into things the opposite and getting into things that are more like pornographic and things like that. So that's one of the other energies coming up here. There may be also a child that's up for adoption now because the mother's out of the picture, or may have left or abandoned their child in the relationship, or a divine masculine may feel abandoned by their mother because they didn't love them beyond the divine feminine. And there may be a gala also someone's going to, but no children allowed for health. So it could be a medical convention where there's a gala of galactic proportions, so new breakthroughs again. It's going to be really big this year. Okay, so I think we've done enough time already. You want... Oh, I'll pull you a romance angels real quick. Just one, though. Alright, so this May 28, 2019, the best in high school as far as concerned, watching. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Just one card, please. This is it. This is just a number to count. Oh, give me a big one. Hold on. Is that it? 1, 2. Going on and on and on and on. On and on. I wrote a song like that. On and on and on. The bottom of the deck is the Swan. Okay, that's number 67, which is the Knight of Pentacles, right? He's the one who's the humble servant. And the card that we got is Heaven, number 70. It's the last one in the deck. Okay, where they all come to see the new baby. But the baby was reversed. There may just be a delay because of health. I'm getting Dr. Spock. I'm terrible with that stuff because I don't watch them all the time. What is it? Star whatever Enterprises? Starfleet Enterprise? Dr. Spock. I have to read Heaven for you, but I want to count these cards before it gets too long. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Alright, so we have 26, and I was just thinking as I was doing this, I'm getting that 26 is the Page of Wands, and I'm getting with this baby reverse and health reverse and galactic, I'm getting like half-breed children coming in, and maybe not everyone's aware of it. Someone may reject their child because it doesn't look human. Or it could be too in certain families where, so again, this was 26. 26 is the Page of Wands. It's also very karmic. There could be a karmic child that was aborted or miscarried, or that the family rejected the child. Maybe a child of the masculine or feminine had a child who was a different race or ethnicity, and the family's rejecting that child, so they're forcing the child to give it up for adoption. There could be all sorts of situations like that. So I'm going to read heaven for you, and then I'm going to let you go. It is 70. Heaven. You're meant to live heaven now, not later, sometime after you die. What use is this life and body if not to live heaven now? Look for the mad divine genius in all that is, especially the puzzling parts of your life that make you scratch your head, or tear at your hair, or scrunch up your face and scream with frustration. Those are the places in which the divine is saying, here, heaven is hiding. Let's unveil it together. Let me show you. Let me unveil your own mad divine genius right here. Look for heaven even in hiding. It will not unfold itself. It will not withhold itself from you for long, beloved. It wants to be known by you. This oracle brings you a special message. The enlightener is calling you to more, to more, to more. More divinity, more love, more acceptance, more embrace of life itself. There's no limit in what is being offered to you from the divine lover, calling to you, the beloved. Rejoice and know that the dance of love between you and the divine is a removing of the veils of illusion, one at a time, until you behold each other naked and true, finally to discover you are each other. You are love. The poem simply says, the sky ablaze with morning light, on silver wings of birds in flight, in gratitude a tear released, a knowingness embraced at peace. She speaks to those that gaze below, ancestral wings which call my soul, to open hearts and soar above. In awe, the winds await this love. Okay? And with that, I'm going to go. Be good to yourselves. Just enjoy, okay? There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Just rise and be love. That's all there is to it. Bye, guys.